This is it, the one you've been waiting for. We've counted down all the James Bond pre-title sequences and we're left with what we think is the very best. It's Timothy Dalton's opener, The Living Daylights.
Sets the tone, introduces one of the best Bonds, introduces one of the best Bond films, introduces some of the best stunts, introduces some of the best music, introduces one of the best songs. So for me, this is, firing on all cylinders. I think as an opening sequence, it does everything that I want a Bond. Great stunts, literally straight out of the track. It is just brilliant. A fantastic introduction to the character. That scene, every shot, I could use as like wallpaper on my laptop. Watching the 00 agents jumping out of the aircraft. Gibraltar, everything about it for me is just, like I say, pretty much perfect.
It's a little trick, as though you think it might be in his office, but actually it's his desk in an aeroplane, which might be a bit impractical. But it's really clever, that opening, and you don't know which one is Bond.
Gentlemen, this may only be an exercise so far as the Ministry of Defence is concerned, but for me, it is a matter of pride that the 00 section has been chosen for this test. Your objective is to penetrate the radar installations of Gibraltar. Now, the SAS have been placed on full alert to intercept you, but I know you won't let me down. Good luck, men.
But I don't feel like the whole setup, the whole of the opening sequence is just designed around revealing the new Bond. I think it just works as, it organically comes out. And honestly, I think this is the best opening pre-title sequence, and it is my favourite. Location, it's an iconic location. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear of Gibraltar or see any footage from Gibraltar or anything, it's Living Daylights I think of.
Quite a serious opening scene. And even just, the shot of them about to jump, because of the music, that this jump matters. And, like the silhouette later on when he's climbing up, or when one of the 00 agents is climbing up, the silhouette before he gets the rope cut. Like, yes, it's a beautiful shot, but it's part of a, dare I say the word, gritty, serious opening titles that matters. Every picture would work is because it's part of something really, really special. It's not just, oh, that's a nice shot. Like the next scene, we can do a nice shot as well, and then we'll have some nice shots. All together, it's part of something that all goes, it all matches, it all fits.
It ticks every box it needs to, with the added box tick that it actually introduces a Bond as well. It's got everything you want, from the mystery of the start of all the 00s jumping out. What seems like this is a separate story, a separate mini-film in itself, and the Smeatsbjorn only actually ties into the film 20 minutes into it after that. Lovely little twist on that, especially when you got someone like John Glenn, who loves his mini-films at the start. Cracking pre-title sequence villain, like in Imposter. Cracking villain, does everything he needs to.
It's quite sort of scary, the way he kills, well, a couple of the guards, but then particularly how he kills the 00 agent. That's like sort of nightmarish stuff again, like, climbing up and having the rope deliberately cut.
Game's up, mate. You're dead.
Absolutely brilliant the way that Timothy Dalton's introduced.
Dalton, when he's doing everything on that car, I'm not saying he does it all by any stretch, but I believe James Bond is doing that.
Yeah.
And that is, to me, is why this works so well. Because there is not 1 minute that I don't believe it's James Bond running, it's James Bond jumping on top of a Jeep, and it's James Bond parachuting out of it.
It's amazing from Dalton and the stuntmen to create that sense of urgency where you're only in the opening titles, but Bond is running, racing, jumping to stop something.
Yeah.
Like it matters so much. It's him chasing after a truck. It's so important that he gets this imposter.
Yeah.
It's not just a jump from something. It's not a stunt in a boat necessarily. It comes out of urgency. It comes out of Bond or Dalton, but like you say, John, feeling that actually Bond is trying to stop something. He's chasing. Like he has to stop this situation.
The way that he ends it and everything is really iconic. And parachute, really clever use. We know that he's got a parachute because we've seen him doing that, and the way he exits the back of it to his own safety. And then we get the little bit with Linda at the end, which, they're kind of wanting to establish him as a sort of sexy man as well. a ladies' man.
It's all so boring here, Margot. There's nothing but playboys and tennis pros. If only I could find a real man.
I need to use your phone. She'll call you back.
Who are you?
Bond, James Bond. Exercise Control 007 here. I'll report in an hour.
Won't you join me?
Better make that two.
There's many things about John Glenn's films where you can tell it's him, and just the whole, I don't know, just the way the shot and all that. But this is a change. This is a clear change. It's just absolutely perfect. We've said it time and time again. I'm going to say it again that whilst I love that there's a variety of pre-title sequences and you wouldn't want them all to be the same, you've got to keep it fresh. You can't let it get stale. However, as I say, this is my favourite. This is a brilliant template, particularly for a new Bond. Look at that as a way of modelling for Bond 26, the pre-title sequence, to introduce a new Bond, to have an exciting, exhilarating sequence. And then, thereafter you can change it up a bit.